Stitching with a dual thread at the top of your sewing machine is great for twin needle sewing and decorative top stitching. To get started on a machine like this, I've got a spare spool pin, and the fat end of my spare spool pin goes into this small square hole here. Then I take a second reel of thread that's the same brand or quality and pop that onto my spool pin. This then gets threaded along with the first reel of thread through my tension guide, my take-up lever and down into my needle, and I can start doing some fantastic dual stitching. I'm going to use a dual thread in my needle to replicate the defined top stitching that you find on jeans. So I'm passing both threads through the eye of the needle as if it was a single thread. Then I'm going to pass that under my foot, and from now on I'm going to be using this dual thread as a single thread. The advantage of this over buying top stitch thread is that it's less expensive and I can get more specific colours. I prepared my hem and I've pressed a double turned fold on the inside of the garment, but I've got my pins on the outside of the garment because the dual thread is going to be stitching on the top, and that's what I want to be visible. Carefully taking out my pins as I go along. The effect of the dual thread is to give me a really bold stitch, which does replicate that heavy stitching that you often see on jeans, and I haven't had to go out to a shop and buy a specialist jeans thread. So this is a great way to use a dual thread to create a defined top stitch.